Hai, Assalamualaikum. Hari ni kita sambung on our lesson which is on Islamic money market. So we take a look on our learning outcomes lah. Probably from previous video, we already learned the money market participants on the instruments and also on the functions of money market. The differences between Islamic and also conventional market will be covered for this video and also on the components of Islamic money market. Okay, on the differences between Islamic and conventional money market, there are three main points ataupun criteria to show the differences between Islamic and also conventional money market lah. So as for in terms of interbank market, Islamic ni utilize Sharia compliance contracts such as Murabaha, Murabaha and also Wakala. This is as the example lah of the Sharia contract. As for conventional, they issue debts contract for placements of the funds. Okay. The money market instrument that they use in interbank market to first is on the issuance process. Okay, Islamic money market tu the process must be in Sharia compliance and approved by the council, by both the council and also Sharia committee board. As for the conventional, they need to be approved by the respective financial regulator of the institutions. That is the difference. Four types of structure of Islamic money market. The instrument need to be based on the asset, equity and also the debt base. But for conventional, hanya structure based on the debt only. Okay, it's not structured by asset and also equity like Islamic money market. In terms of investor, Islamic money market can be invested by both Islamic and also conventional investor, but for conventional money market, only can be invested by conventional investors only. But because of usually Islamic investors won't even need to invest in conventional money market because of other elements of interest ataupun riba and maisi ataupun gharar tu. So that's why conventional money market usually won't even have Islamic investor yang akan invest in the money market, in the market. That is the difference. The three main criteria that to show the difference between Islamic and also conventional money market. There is also the components of Islamic money market. So I will show you on my notes, my own notes. Okay. Move to the components of Islamic money market. If you want to refer to my slides, you can also do so. But if you want to refer to my notes, also you can do so. Okay. But I will teach you using my notes. You can also refer to the slides as well lah while watching this video. Okay, for the components of Islamic money market, saya buat macam mind map lah for you guys to see clearly. Dia ada dua components under Islamic money market. In terms of one is interbank money market and another one on the trading of Islamic money market instrument. Interbank money market ni is when the bank borrows and lend money among themselves. So dia macam interbank atau transaction between bank themselves. Okay. The transaction tu macam dia punya borrow and also lending each other's money lah. And then this activity will be mismatched in daily cash flow from its asset and also liability. From this interbank transaction, they allow the banks to manage their liquidity efficiently and make the best use of their cash
position, because apa, both of the bank dia membantu antara satu sama lain, means dia finding each other, and it made the bank manage dia punya liquidity efficiently lah. Okay, there ada 3 types of example under Islamic interbank money market ni. One is on Murabaha interbank investment ataupun MII. Okay, Murabaha secara amnya kita tahu Murabaha ni adalah when one invest to the company and another one will run the company. So same goes to the, meaning you apply these kinds of mechanism into the interbank investment. Macam ni dia punya mechanism is like this. When the surplus bank as a Rokbumal will fund the deficit bank, which is the Mudorib, which dia orang ni akan agree the pre-agreed profit sharing ratio dululah kiranya, and then the deficit bank ni akan fund any kind of investment. So when it reach dia punya maturity dates of this investment, if this investment having losses, so secara amnya memang loss tu akan di bears by the Rokbumal. But if the bank ni gain profit, okay, you can see the arrow here, dia akan distribute the profit based on the pre-agreed ratio yang tadi awal-awal dia orang agree tu, kan? Ini you can relate back with the Murabah contract yang awal-awal kita belajar on previous chapter, but you just have to relate back because it is an interbank transaction. So dia punya Rokbumal and Mudorib tu is between the banks lah. Okay. Okay, the mechanism tu in Malaysia, Bank Negara Malaysia has set the requirement, okay, for the transaction ni. What is the requirement? The surplus bank tu akan invest minimum 50,000 ringgit, and the maturity date must be from overnight to 12 months. And the rate of return at the end of the day, the bank will gain the return by the deficit bank was based on its gross profit. Okay, but it is not transparent, meaning that probably deficit bank tu akan ada under declare. Dia tak bagi tahu pun gross profitnya. So dia macam tak transparent. And then Bank Negara Malaysia, they came up with a new rules that has been used until 2004. Dia buat macam ni. Dia buat benchmark rate of government investment issue plus with a spread of 5% of the returns. Dia buat macam ni, ada benchmark kind one of the certificate issues of the government and plus with the 5% return. But then it is have been used until 2004 je. Then it replaced with a more comprehensive framework which are the content of 2 components. Okay, 2 components tu cara untuk dia nak kira dia punya return lah, based on these 2 components, which is based on calculations table and also based on the distribution table. On calculation table ni dia nak cakap revenue and expenses of the bank tu must be recorded and use dia punya standard basis yang dah ditentukan. In terms of distribution table pula, dia akan allocate dia punya net distribution income tu according to the pre-agreed ratio. So meaning right now currently whoever bank financial institution yang wants to go into Murabah interbank investment, dia akan kira rate of return dia based on this lah, the current method lah. Okay, the second example of interbank market or interbank money market is commodity Murabaha liquidity facility. Untuk Murabaha, dia lebih kurang sama macam tawarruj. Okay, dia macam apply together with tawarruj. Tawarruj ni macam kita dah belajar, it is a sale contract where the buyer buys an asset from seller with deferred payment and then they sell the asset to other people, which is the third party, on cash with the price less than the deferred price for the purpose of obtaining the cash. Kan kita dah belajar kan tawarruj macam mana. Kita macam saya bagi contoh on when you buy a phone to someone on deferred payment, but then you want that money, you want cash lah, easy cash. So you have you sell your phone to other people but on cash and more lower price than the cost price yang masa mula-mula you beli. That is the tawarruj punya mechanisms of selling and buying the asset. So dia masukkan, maksudnya dia gunakan in terms of interbank market lah. So dia dengan cara itu dia dapat manage dia punya liquidity, kan? Which is to facilitate Islamic bank to invest their excess funds with central bank. Meaning dengan cara ini, dengan cara dia menjual untuk obtaining easy cash tu, dia akan investkan dia punya excess fund to the central bank tu, which is in Malaysia dia akan dipanggil Bursa Suq Al-Silah, which provide a platform for commodity Murabaha. Okay, so this is, I already draw the mechanism lah, how commodity Murabaha plays in Islamic money market. So macam ni, contoh kita ada investing bank, right? Investing bank ni ikut based on number tau. Dia beli like crude palm oils, right? Dia macam beli crude palm oil from broker A. Let's say this is the broker. Okay, dia beli on cost lah, and bank ni akan receive on the spot dia punya crude palm oils tu. But then dia akan going on the deals with investing bank on Murabaha sale, meaning contoh dia beli at cost crude palm oil tadi tu at 10,000, dia akan jual balik to investee on Murabaha sales, which on markup price dia jual contoh 15,000, right? And then the investee ni dia buat pay in deferred payment basis lah, dia akan pay to the investing bank on deferred payment basis, secara installment. At the same time, investing bank ni akan jual balik crude palm oil tadi tu kepada broker B untuk dia dapatkan cost price yang maybe lebih rendah daripada harga yang dia beli tadi, 15,000. So tapi dia dapat in cash. So ini dia punya mechanisms on how interbank exchange on Islamic market. Tengok dia an exchange between bank, investing bank and also investee bank. It's not between customer and also the bank. It's between the banks. So this is the examples of Murabaha liquidity facility. So from the transaction ni, dia membantu each bank punya management in their liquidity tau. In case investee bank ni tak ada duit, dia boleh dapat bantuan daripada investing bank. Kalau investing bank ni tak dapat duit, kira tak ada duit lah. So dia boleh dibantu oleh investee bank. So dia macam liquidity tu kan is when the bank tu lack of funds, sebab dia punya funding atau money dalam bank tu cepat cair, cepat keluar. So dia cepat cair. So dengan cara ini, each bank ni akan membantu satu sama lain and manage dia punya liquidities issues lah. Okay. For the last examples of interbank market, Islamic interbank market, is on Wakala interbank investment. Wakala kita dah tahu, Wakala is on agency contract. So meaning investing bank ni akan appoint one investee bank as agent to actually invest in any general or syariah compliance punya investor on behalf of the investee bank. So contoh, this is the investee bank, dia appoint an agents ni investing bank. This is the this is investee bank. Okay, so dia A appoints B as the agent. Okay, for B to find any investment punya platform on behalf of A. Kan? Sebab tu itu memang kerja agent lah kan. So you guys already know what is Wakala itself. Okay, so there under Islamic Interbank market, there are 3 examples. You guys can go through this example and the mechanism that I've already draw for you and understand how it's work. Okay, next we move to the second component, which is trading of Islamic money market instrument. Meaning Islamic bank ni boleh guna 2 cara ni untuk dia nak dapatkan fund for the institution. First tadi dengan cara dia communicate ataupun dengan cara dia berinteraksi dengan another bank with the help of another bank yang ni. Okay, another cara pula dia guna money market instrument yang kita dah belajar from my previous video. Kita ada 5 money market instrument. Dia gunakan money market instrument atau produk itu untuk mendapatkan mendapatkan fund for the institution. Okay, macam tadi interbank money market is when the bank borrow and lend the money among themselves. For the trading of Islamic money market ni macam saya cakap, dia is when the bank issue and also purchase different instrument that can be buy today and can be sold within the next few days in the secondary money market. Okay, what is the benefits of this trading using Islamic money market instrument? The benefit is the Islamic bank can, or the banks enables the bank to liquidate the investment to meet their liquidity requirement through secondary market. Of course, macam saya cakap, secondary market is a market where the banks can trade their securities between the other participants lah yang involved in the money market. So example of the instrument yang probably Islamic bank can use to trade in the money market. First is on the government investment issue. Okay, government investment issue ni dia pernah known as a government investment certificate. Okay, it is a certificate where dia lebih kurang strukturnya lebih kurang bal-ainah. When you buy an asset and then you sell it back to the same person, meaning you buy back your asset lah. Then dia akan gunakan that commodity Murabaha tu with the aims of broadening the investor and deepening the sukuk market. So the purpose of government investment issue ni is same like macam you buy back your asset. When you jual asset tu kepada orang lain in cash basis, in deferment basis, and then when that customer want to sell back dia punya asset tadi to us, kita akan beli asset tu on cash. Okay, so dengan cara itu dia gunakan dia punya Murabaha method, which is tadi dia jual secara harga markup kan, untuk aim to broadening the investor and deepening dia punya sukuk market. Okay, for the Islamic treasury bills ni is the short term government securities, isn't it? So which is dia akan maturity within 3, 6 and 12 months, probably lah, can be measured between these types of period. And usually Islamic Treasury bills ni akan issue at discount punya price, and the return is you have to minus lah between the proceed price and the price at maturity. Okay, that is the return. So usually bank can also use this instrument to gain the return or the fund. As for musyarakah investment certificate, dia basically ataupun biasanya akan digunakan di Sudan, so dia tak gunakan di Malaysia. Musyarakah is on the partnership, isn't it? When both parties involved ataupun invest in the business atau investment, and they will manage or run the investment together, and both akan bond the loss together, and also will share the profit according to the punya agreed ratio. On Islamic negotiable instrument ni pula, kalau you guys already watch my previous video, I already explained to you on the conventional certificate deposit. But bezanya is Islamic negotiable instrument ni is Sharia compliance lah. So certificate deposit ni is the document ataupun is the document yang ada includes the deposit, the interest rate as well as the maturity date dalam dia. Okay, if you guys tak familiar dengan ni, korang boleh go watch my previous video lah. And this certificate can be issued, okay, based on the deferment payment and also murabaha. Kalau dia issued based on a deferment payment, meaning that the bank tu nak bayar on deferred payment, dia kena issued negotiables Islamic debt certificate. But if the bank go into transaction ataupun murabaha punya contract, dia akan issue, the government akan issue negotiables instruments of deposit. So under Islamic negotiable instruments ni, dia involve ataupun dia akan issue two types atau two kinds of different certificate based on dia punya cara bayar, types of payment dia. Okay, on Islamic accepted bill ni, dia sama macam kita punya money market instrument from my previous video juga, which is on bankers acceptance. Dia ni lebih kurang macam kita menggunakan servis bank tu untuk enhancekan dia punya bank credit rating and so on lah. Kiranya untuk dia macam meminta bantuan daripada bank to enhance the banks atau the customer credit rating. As for sell and buyback agreement, dia pun ada juga sales and buyback agreement. Dia lebih kurang sama macam kita punya repurchase agreement, repos ni. Okay, if you want to know more on the explanation of repo ni, boleh tengok juga on my previous video. Next, on the collateralized murabaha. Murabaha ni is markup price, isn't it? So it is one of the low credit risk financial instruments for the bank to involve, to masuk lah ataupun to sign the contract. And also from the collateralized murabaha ni, dia akan add diversity to the liquidity management tools. So dia akan promote the greater liquidity in the Islamic financial market. Basically, this is the benefit of collateral murabaha. For the last examples of trading on the secondary market is Islamic corporate security, which is this is primarily issued as a sukuk. Sukuk ni is an Islamic bank lah. Dia lebih kurang sama macam Islamic bank. Islamic, not bank, Islamic bond. Okay, that's all for chapter 5, which I already covered on the differences between Islamic conventional bank, conventional money market, and also the components under Islamic money market, which is Islamic bank tu akan menggunakan dua cara ni to trade in the Islamic money market. With that, thank you for watching my video. Assalamualaikum. Bye.